Many college students spend their weekends doing assignments, social events, and technology. However, one recent weekend was different for students at Bridgewater College, who traded screens for campfires and busy schedules for reflection, faith, and community. A group from Campus Crusade for Christ, also known as CRU, traveled to Shenandoah Meadows for their annual spring retreat on March 14th to March 15th. The retreat aimed to strengthen relationships among students and deepen their faith, with connection as the primary objective, according to CRU student director Colin Clegg.
One of the things is just that ability to become even a more tighter knit community where we go deeper to get to know each other, but also at the same time, also get to embrace kind of the faith and grow deeper in the faith and really, especially for a camping trip, experience God's creation, which is nature.
For Clegg, the retreat wasn't just about fun activities. It was about creating space for something deeper. And while there was plenty of hiking, laughter, and time spent outdoors, certain moments stood out more than others.
You can take away from the amount of fun people had with hanging out with each other, our hiking trip that we went on, the campfires, doing worship night. But I also feel like people who went, what they were able to take away from the lesson that I did, which was faith like a mustard seed.
Faith like a mustard seed had CRU students reflect from questions at how important growing trust and faith really is in life.
It's good to hang out with each other, but I think seeing people grow deeper in that faith, I would value that as the coolest thing to see at any retreat.
According to the Lilly Network of Church-Related Colleges and Universities, a survey of 34 institutions in fall 2023 found that 29% of students do not participate in any religious activities, while over 69% engaged in at least one faith-related activity. Many students, including CRU member Caroline Chapman, experienced significant growth during the retreat. Chapman attended partly due to her position as CRU's social media director, but also out of her passion for outdoor activities and community experiences.
I had to do a lot of behind the scene filmings and filming throughout the weekend, just what we were doing. And it's actually going to be our first major video going on the CRU Instagram page. And so that's one of the reasons that I went, because I needed to be there, but also just because I love camping and being outside. And I just thought it was going to be a really fun time with everyone.
According to Life Teen, one of the benefits of going to a retreat is that students find a place to foster relationships centered on Christ that will change their lives. Chapman agrees that the retreat built community.
We're all around the campfire in the evening time. It was Saturday evening, and we had just finished making s'mores and everything. And we had turned on a speaker, and two of our worship leaders were playing guitar and everything. And we were just singing around the campfire.
The music, food treats, and the hot campfire gave Chapman a sense of belonging and peace.
It was really peaceful, and the stars were really pretty. And I think just that moment reflected not only God's beauty, but just also everyone coming together and just worshiping as one and being just in peace and unity in that moment.
Of course, no trip is without its challenges. Clegg says one of the two challenges was simply the cold when it was time to go to sleep.
It was very cold in the nights. So not a lot of people did get quality sleep that Saturday night. But I really don't see that as a challenge, because you still have that ability to at least get some.
Being in the wilderness with no technology was also another challenge when it came to hiking.
Good in a sense that we were able to disconnect from technology and spend time with God, spend time with each other. But I think when you're, for example, when we were trying to go to our hiking trail, we can pull up the directions to get there. So it took us longer to get there.
Chapman pointed to a different challenge, which was making sure the retreat was accessible for everyone.
We have a couple people that just have health things going on, so we just had to modify the hike. And there's really good hikes all around the area, but where we were specifically for the camping site, there wasn't a lot of hikes that were below at least 10 to 11 miles. So I had to just really take time to think and plan ahead on that.
Despite these minor setbacks, both agreed the positives far outweighed any difficulties. And perhaps the most lasting impact came after the retreat ended, when students returned to campus.
Just seeing, the fruits of the labor fulfill. As director of CRU and the one who was in charge of the planning. But I think also just looking at my own faith is just practice, essentially now going and practicing what I was preaching and living my faith like a mustard seed, to where I put my faith and trust in God and not my own.
For Chapman, the takeaway was a sense of peace.
I just really felt a lot at peace, and just very much refreshed to come into the new week, because I feel like just that whole week was a moment to just be in God's presence in nature, and yeah, really just spend time with people and just enjoy nature.
For these students, the retreat wasn't just a weekend away. It was a reminder of the power of community, faith, and stepping outside the noise of everyday life. For BC Voice, I'm Peyton McNaughton.